This is Paul from senTV. Today, we are pleased to welcome Dennis Lam, a dedicated badminton volunteer and a long-time international line judge, to come here to share his experiences with us. Hi, Dennis. Thank you for coming up here to share your experience with us. Actually, how did you first become involved in badminton officiating?
Thank you. We have to go back to 2014. At that time, Toronto is organizing the Pan Am Games for the 2015. They need around 100 line judges to serve the games. So they start to recruit different members and then try to train them within their years to become the line judges. So my son is also a badminton player. So at that time, because we're so close to the Badminton Ontario, so I volunteered myself to be one of the line judges and start to train. And eventually, all of us has been certified as qualified line judges for the Pan Am Games, and we start the the Pan Am Games from there.
Oh, I know you were involved in the 2016 Olympics. Tell us some highlights of serving as a line judge at that particular Olympics.
Well, after the 2015 Pan Am Games, actually that year is very, very successful. And our performance is so impressed, so that Badminton Ontario or Badminton Canada actually say we are good enough to be an international line judge. So BWF has sent people to come here to really assess our ability, and they feel that we're truly able to get to the international level of services. So I was being picked the only Canada representative as a line judges for the games. So I was there with other 16 international line judges from the other locations, from the other countries. So we start there. 2016 Olympics is a very, very good experience for us because you can see all the well-ranked top players playing in the court. You can become one of the members that was sitting in the court and then really serving the whole games. So you are not just an audience, you're just there to be a kind of participants in the games.
That is interesting. So that brings up another question, that is, what is the one behind the scene facts that spectators may not know?
Well, as I've mentioned, we have around 16 international line judges there. So first, you met people from different countries. And in the backstage, we are allowed to go to the backstage and looking at the players, how they were being practiced and trained at the backstage, which as an audience, you won't be able to see that when you were just going there to watch the games. So we are so fortunately seeing that how the coach is coaching the players, and also how the players is practicing in the court to make sure they know what is the best way to represent their countries. So it is valueless, and it is really something that we think that as a normal audience, you won't be able to really see all these things.
Oh, this is really informative. So what has volunteering in badminton meant to you personally?
Well, I can say volunteering with badminton changed my life. The thing here is, well, you can represent Canada to participate in the international levels of sports that you love. And also the friendship that we built with all the other countries, all players as well as the officials is very valuable. And to me, when we were traveling to serve in other tournaments, we see each other and really enjoy the friendship there. And also, after the badminton volunteering works, I continue to volunteer for a lot of organizations, different kind of volunteer works that makes me feel that, well, if you can be a volunteer and serve other people, it's a kind of fortune and it's a blessing to all the people that you serve.
Well, this is great. So what advice will you give to others who are thinking about volunteering at sports?
Well, I would think everyone, if you feel that you enjoy the games, you really want to participate and really want to contribute more to the games that you enjoy, try to volunteer with the group, no matter what game, what kind of sports that you're playing. The reason is, if you start to volunteer, you will learn more, and also you will be more enjoyable when we were seeing those gamers playing. So, and another thing is, become a volunteer doesn't have an age limit. And also you don't need to be a top athlete to be a volunteer, because there's so many official roles that you can be, and doesn't need you to be a top player. However, you can learn a lot from those players as well. So even you're a senior, as a senior, always think that, oh, I don't have the energy to be play or serve in those games. It's totally not. If you just want to be an official, you can still be official in the game. For line judge, for example, line judge is a kind of official that most of the senior can do it. I'm not talking about international level, just local. Local still need a lot of line judges as well. So you will be able to participate there. The reason is, you don't need to have a physical challenge, because most of the time you're sitting there. As long as you can sit there for half an hour or more, and then you can just say, I don't need to go to the washroom for the hours, that will be fine. You also have to be able to focus in those hours, and that's all you need. And all the other technical skills can be trained. As long as you are willing to do that, you can be a very successful local line judges. For international, they do have a requirement. Anyone have to be under 60 when you were going to international. But before that, you need to have at least 4 or 5 years local experience. So if people want to start to be an officials line judges, then you have to start at your mid-40.
Thank you, Dennis. Once again, thank you for coming up here to share your experience with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share my experience with all of you. And really, it's my pleasure to be here.